What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, some more news concerning Anthony Joshua. In a recent interview from IFL TV, Anthony Joshua stated that he may take a year out of the sport of boxing. And let me counterpunch. Listen, if it was a joke, it was just a joke, nothing more to it, nothing more about it. But if he was actually serious, and he's going to take a year off. Honestly, that puts him basically where he's been the last 3 years. A lot of times, people are like, hey, he doesn't need a time off. He doesn't need a year off and these things and other. No, he doesn't. He doesn't need a year off. He needs to be more consistent because the last time Anthony Joshua has fought twice in a year was in 2019. He fought once in 2020, once in 2021, and once this year. And him saying, hey, I want to take a year off, I think Anthony Joshua, it's hard to believe that he wants to stay humble and stay hungry if he's going to wait a whole nother year to fight again. You guys heard me rag on Andy Ruiz when he didn't fight in all of 2020, and then one time in 2001, and then again, 2021, and again in 2022. Well, Anthony Joshua can't escape that same scrutiny. I know he's been fighting every year, but what's once a year? All the elite fighters give us at least 2 fights a year, and it's just strange to me to hear him say, well, hey, I may want to take off a year to do what? To party, to get married. Is there any certain reason you want to take a year off? Or are you injured? Do you have to get your mind right? I mean, is mental illness plaguing you to that degree? Is the stress getting to you that much? Because, for him to just turn around and say, you know what, I'm not fighting anybody, it just shows you that he can't be that motivated, people, to go back into the ring saying shit like that. But again, it could be a joke or whatever, because he did say, well, that's something for my promoters. But if he's personally taking a year off, that is no good at all. You're going to see less of him. He's going to get older faster. He's going to be inactive. He's more likely to be beaten again, because inactivity will beat anybody, just like Father Time. If you come in rusty or not where you need to be and not how you should be prepared, you're likely to get beat again, especially if you're fighting higher opposition. And these guys are even hungrier, People haven't forgot about that Andy Ruiz whooping he took in June of 19. They haven't forgot about that. They still call him, No Chin AJ, No Chin A Juice and J, things like that. So people haven't forgot about that. So for him saying or thinking or, hey, I'm going to take a year off, you're just doing exactly what you've been doing. And you can't help but to ask or to think, well, maybe it's about the money for taking the less risk, because if he signed a contract for $100 million a year, at what stipulations does he have to honor that contract based on how many fights? If it's just one fight a year, well, damn. Now I can see you got a salary, so you just work less. That's what I'm saying. Work less to make the same amount of money as though you were working more. But it's bad for his career staying out of the ring like that. I think that affected him to a certain degree. He should have took another fight in between Alexander Usyk, and since he didn't get Tyson Fury, it seems to me him saying stuff like that, if he believes it or he means it, I just see that just total discouragement and lack of interest in the sport of boxing. So maybe Anthony Joshua may need to consider doing something else. Saying and making comments like that. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua stating that he may take a year out of the ring. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!